let me ask you something. Have you ever let a painting decide your entire day? Well, that's exactly what I'm doing today. This is the National Gallery in London, and I'm going to find a painting that's gonna decide how to live for the rest of the day. That means where I'm going, what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, basically how to live my life today like a work of art.
Here we go, the National Gallery.
The National Gallery holds over 2,300 paintings, and every single one is free to see. That's right, entry is free.
Okay, so we are inside, we're looking for the painting. Nope, too religious. Not bad, but not the right one.
You've got everything in here. Van Gogh's Sunflowers, Da Vinci's Madonna, Rembrandt's Drama Queens, all just chilling in rooms with squeaky wooden floors and people wandering around, half whispering, trying to figure out if this is a famous painting and artist or not.
That's too brutal, no?
The building itself originally opened in 1838. It sits smack in the middle of Trafalgar Square, which is literally the point from which all road distances in London are measured. So yeah, the National Gallery is kind of the beating cultural heart of the city, surrounded by statues, fountains, and as you can see, sometimes by chess tournaments. But back to my mission. I'm not just here to stare. I'm here to commit, guys, to find that one painting that would set the tone for the rest of my day.
Oh, this is quite nice. But again, it will be pretty hard to find a castle, so it's like, you know what? We are in London, so we might as well find a London-based painting, because that's gonna be a lot easier for me to try to live in, if that makes sense. So let's find something London-esque. I think we're getting closer, for sure. This would be nice. Sitting by the river, enjoying the sunshine. But again, not very London-esque. So let's find something that is more London. Oh, but before that, I mean, we have to stop by this room. Van Gogh, the sunflowers. Okay guys, I think we're getting definitely closer, because these are a lot more like cityscapes. Snow, not much snow in London. This is beautiful. Oh, it's a Monet. I love Monet. Oh, look at this. I think we have our winner, guys. I mean, this is basically London. It's gloomy, it's grey. You see the Big Ben.
Okay guys, that's the one. The Thames below Westminster. Not only is by one of my favorite artists, Monet, but it also just screams London. I just feel like it's gonna be such a cool play if we try to recreate it and live in that painting for just one day, you know? So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take a selfie very quickly so that I remember that painting as soon as we go out. And then we're gonna try to live as if we are into that painting here in the 1871 or so. So let's take a quick selfie. Okay, now it's time to go out and recreate it.
The Thames Below Westminster by Claude Monet, a French legend and pioneer of Impressionism. Here, he is not in Paris though, he is in London. It's 1871, exiled by the Franco-Prussian War and surrounded by thick, mysterious fog. And what does he do? He paints the Thames like it's a dream. Soft mist curling around tugboats. The House of Parliament slowly melting into the haze. No tourists, no Big Ben selfies, just quiet, hushed beauty.
Okay, now that we found our painting, we are making our way out of the gallery to experience a day in a painting of Monet, right, Catherine?
Oui.
Oui.
Time to leave the quiet house of the National Gallery and hit the streets, because Monet didn't just paint a pretty picture, he captured a way of life along the Thames. But before we track down the very spot where Monet stood to paint the Thames below Westminster, we need to fuel up. And we're gonna do that river style. And what better way to honor the Thames than with a classic British dish inspired by the river's rich working history? Yep, I'm talking fish and chips. So, we are heading to Hobson's Fish and Chips in Charing Cross. You see, back in Monet's days, the Thames wasn't just a scenic backdrop, it was London's bustling artery of trade and industry. Fishermen brought in the day's catch, markets thrived on fresh seafood, and fried fish was a cheap, hearty meal loved by the working class who lived and worked by the river.
Alright guys, we are at Hobson Fish and Chips. This is a proper institution known for their fresh catch and perfect crust. So let's go inside, grab a fish and chips, and see if the food lives up to the painting's vibe.
The Hobson's Fish and Chips is a spot that nails the classic fish and chips experience with fresh, sustainably sourced fish and crispy, fluffy chips. Plus, it's got that old-school British charm and reputation for being one of the best in London. It's the perfect pit stop to taste a bit of London's river heritage before we dive back into Monet's world.
Look at this beauty. This is really good. Really good. So crispy, super tasty, really nice. Wait. Look at the flies.
Now energized, it's time to get on the move and track down the exact spot Monet stood when he painted the Thames below Westminster. Monet landed in London in 1870, escaping the war in Paris, and stayed here for a while soaking in the city's unique vibe. While here, he painted a handful of scenes, including parks, the busy Pool of London, and this mysterious view of the Thames looking towards the House of Parliament. Monet didn't just love the fog for atmosphere. No, he famously told his dealer, without the fog, London wouldn't be beautiful. This wasn't poetic mist though. This was industrial London fog, a cocktail of smoke, coal, and factory grit swirling in the air.
Okay guys, I think more or less we have arrived at the exact same spot where Monet was sitting when he was painting the Thames below Westminster. As you can tell, the view from here is absolutely stunning. You can't really see Big Ben because of all the trees, but it's a beautiful sunny day. As you can tell, the views from here are absolutely amazing. So now let's look at the painting again and see how much has changed and how much has remained the same.
The Houses of Parliament. Monet gave those towers a little extra height, turning them into a dreamy fairy tale castle rising out of the mist. Today, the Houses of Parliament still command the skyline with that unmistakable grandeur. Big Ben, well, technically Elizabeth Tower, finished its major restoration relatively recently, and now, as you can see, looks stunning, all freshly polished and ready to steal the spotlight once again. Fun fact, the Palace of Westminster is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and home to the UK's Parliament. The building you see today mostly dates from the mid-19th century, rebuilt after a devastating fire in 1834, and it has been the center of British politics for centuries. So while Monet's fairy tale towers melted in the fog, today they stand proud and ready for their close-up. Next, Westminster Bridge. Back then, it was practically brand new, only about 10 years old. Fast forward to today, and Westminster Bridge is buzzing with a very different kind of life. Tourists swarm the sidewalks, souvenir stores line the entrances, cameras clicking non-stop as people snap photos of the Parliament, Big Ben and the Thames, and the bridge is alive with the roar of buses. Yeah, it's super loud, but it's a hive of energy. That's the perfect place to soak up London's heartbeat and to really feel like a tourist. Back to the painting. Look at the riverbank. See that wooden jetty? Monet painted workers dismantling scaffolding, a snapshot of London rebuilding itself during the Industrial Revolution. The Thames was a working river then. Jump ahead 150 years, and the city is still in motion. Only now, it's cranes and sleek glass towers instead of wooden scaffolds. Progress never sleeps here. The Thames itself, cleaner and calmer. Now, it's more about leisure than labor. River cruises glide past landmarks like the London Eye and Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. Joggers pace the embankment, and tourists crowd the piers. Back in Monet's London, the South Bank was an industrial hub, full of wharves, warehouses, and docks serving the city's booming trade. Fast forward to today, and the South Bank is a vibrant, bustling playground for Londoners and visitors alike. It's the home to the London Eye, the South Bank Centre, Tate Modern, and hundreds of street performers, food stalls, and pop-up markets. You will find everything from ice cream vendors tempting kids on sunny days to open-air theaters and live music filling the air. People stroll along the river, sipping coffee or grabbing a bite from a riverside cafe, all with this unbeatable view of the Thames. Okay guys, and we more or less did a full circle from where we started just over there. And I think now it's the time to recharge our batteries. And speaking of Monet, a French artist, I think it's only appropriate for our pit stop to be in a French bakery. And I think I know just the right spot, so follow me. Come on guys.
And this is Maison Bertaux. I have my iced latte, my scone, and I'm ready to enjoy this perfect sunny day together with my friend Monet.
In 1871, the same year Monet painted the Thames below Westminster, a Frenchman named Maison Bertaux fled Paris after the Franco-Prussian War, armed with nothing but revolutionary spirit and a few dozen stellar pastry recipes. He landed right here in Soho and opened this tiny tea room on Greek Street. Fast forward 150 years, and Maison Bertaux is still doing its thing, baking upstairs, serving downstairs, and dishing out cakes to everyone from Virginia Woolf to Alexander McQueen. It's where bohemians, artists, and sweet tooths collide. So yeah, this isn't just a bakery. It's a flaky little piece of Franco-British history, and the perfect spot to pose and soak in some sugary rebellion.
Look at this beautiful scone. Just perfect. Okay guys, now that we had our coffee and scone, it's time to end this Monet Power Day in a very special and fancy way with cocktail at the
Savoy.
The Savoy, that's right.
So we're now heading towards the Savoy, but it's super busy on the strand. Again, Sundays in London are a nightmare. Great, it's fun, there's energy, but it's super busy.
The Savoy, wasn't just where Monet stayed. It was his studio in the sky. From the upper floors, Monet painted over 40 versions of the Waterloo Bridge, Charing Cross and the Thames itself. So yeah, that's why we had to stop by.
Okay guys, so we thought we were gonna go at the Savoy, grab a cocktail, but then we checked the menu. It was like 25-30 pounds for a cocktail. So yeah, I thought maybe
It's better ways to spend it.
exactly. And I don't really think that Monet would be happy with me spending that much money on a cocktail. So we thought I'm gonna go to a liquor shop that I know, and we're gonna get some special drinks that I'm gonna show you in a second. And we're just gonna go and celebrate it the proper, good way at the Waterloo Bridge, a destination and a place that Monet loves. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and I'll see you in a second. The whiskey exchange, let's go for it.
Calvados is an apple brandy from Normandy, the same region Monet called home. It's smooth, strong, a little rustic, just like the guy himself.
So we got ourselves a couple of Calvados here, a drink that's very favorite to Monet. And we are also at the Waterloo Bridge, again a favorite place of Monet, featured in many of his paintings. So we thought, if we cannot be at the Savoy rooftop, how about one of his most famous inspirations, the Waterloo Bridge? So we're gonna crack open those and celebrate and enjoy the nice view. So yeah, stay with us. To fog, to sunshine, to art.
Cheers, Claude.
Cheers. Ooh, that's strong, but it's good. Yeah, nice.
Not my favorite drink, but okay.
Good choice, Claude. Good choice.
And yes, the city has changed. The fog has lifted, the buildings gleam, and the river hums with a new kind of life. But here is the thing, despite all the changes, there is still something timeless about this view. Because Monet didn't just paint a scene, he painted the spirit of London. A city always moving, evolving, full of grit and beauty. And standing here today, it's easy to see why that spirit is still very much alive.